I got a few things to say today because it is time for another DC News Roundup. That's right, baby. 3 topics in one video. First, Supergirl budget has been revealed. Second, Zack Snyder remains active on social media regarding the DCEU. And finally, Netflix has put in an all-cash bid offer for Warner Brothers Discovery. So you know what that means? Things are about to get a little bit spicy, baby. All here today on the 4KO. All right, ladies first. This news is coming from CosmicBookNews.com. It is titled, James Gunn Shoots Down Forbes Supergirl Budget Claims. A new Forbes Australia profile on Amelia Clark claims the Supergirl movie has a $200 million budget. If that were true, the break-even point would land around $500 million. Pause. When the hell did it become normal for a film that has a $200 million budget to have a break-even point of just $500 million? Who made that okay? Do they not realize on a $200 million budget with a $500 million total, only about half of that total is going back to the studio, not taking in consideration the marketing cost? Think about that. And then when it comes to overseas, movie studios only receives about 40 to 45% overseas. And not to mention the elephant in the room, if Superman made only $615 million with a little help from that of Warner Brothers Discovery buying their own tickets, you can go look it up. Fandango was giving 1 ticket away when you bought 2 of them. If you believe that Supergirl will make as much as Superman, you are delusional. Okay, $200 million is not a number that needs $500 million to break even. In my day, it was $600 million. If you had a $200 million budget, you needed $600 million to break even. I don't know where the hell this come from, okay? These people are absolutely crazy. Or should I say, they are ludicrous. Let's continue. Because a clock is Australian and director Craig Gillespie is Australian, the article reads as if the writer has inside knowledge. Now take it to social media. A fan asked James Gunn, is this true? James Gunn promptly replied, not even close, in quotation marks. Now, I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I don't believe James Gunn. The man has lied about Superman's budget. Y'all remember that? The Ohio tax record said 325, 350, something like that. And James Gunn said, oh no, how do they know how much our budget is? I don't believe this man one bit. If you ask me, there's a reason why DC Studios is avoiding the UK. Even though the UK will give you a bigger tax break than the US, they are avoiding it. Okay, they don't want to touch the UK. You want to know why? Because they are allowed to lie in the United States, but you cannot lie in the UK. So with that being said, I do not believe James Gunn. I, in my opinion, truly believe that the movie's budget is $200 million. There's too many characters. Then you said that this was a sci-fi movie taking place in space, like Guardians of the Galaxy. There's no goddamn way that you spend anything less than $200 million. I am sorry. Movies are not getting cheaper. They're getting more expensive. All right. Nobody's going to convince me that as time goes on, they're going to spend less and less. And get this, if they do spend less and less, things are going to look even more cheaper than they look already. That's right. There's a reason why Superman looks that way, because it needed like a budget of $400 million. All right. A budget of $300 million, it was not going to be enough for what James Gunn was trying to do with that movie. So with that being said, I believe the Forbes article. That's right. James Gunn is always trying to run interference regarding any news that is related to his DC universe because he's afraid of failure. All right. If he truly don't have anything to worry about, then why have the need to come out and always have this disclaimer against any news out there? He is the only CEO that is willing to do that. So with that being said, I don't trust him. That's how I feel. Next up, we have Zack Snyder, ladies and gentlemen. This is coming from comicbooknews.com. I am so sorry. It is titled, "It's the Perfect Night to Watch. Zack Snyder promotes his cut of Justice League on social media." Zack Snyder took to social media to encourage his fans to watch the black and white version of his Justice League film. Justice is great on HBO Max. Hey, I'm going to tell you like this. Zack, you don't have to encourage me to do anything. I have been watching Justice League, well, Zack Snyder's Justice League, on and off ever since the film was released. And I got to tell you, man, it is absolutely a great experience, especially when you consider that it is a comic book movie. It's structured like that of Lord of the Rings. Like, it's not your typical popcorn flick. It's deep, and not to mention visually it's stunning, and character development is off the charts, man. Zack Snyder's version of the film should have been what we got back in 2017. Even if they did not want to release the 4-hour cut, they could have edited that thing down. They could have gave us something, a 3-hour cut or something. I guaranteed you, if Zack Snyder's Justice League released in 2017, Warner Brothers Discovery would have had an easy $1 billion. And I know some idiot is going to say, he said Warner Brothers Discovery. It was just Warner Brothers back then. Listen. Time has gone on. Warner Brothers Discovery is just one company now. So I'm not going to say just Warner Brothers anymore, because right now on my tongue, it is Warner Brothers Discovery. So when you hear me say Warner Brothers, even in past tense, Warner Brothers Discovery in past tense, understand that I'm trying to say Warner Brothers. It's just Warner Brothers Discovery is just normalized these nowadays. Come on, man, I can't even talk today. Lord have mercy. Oh, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, my head is hurting. All right, let's continue. But this was the perfect superhero film, especially when you consider that it is an ensemble movie. Everything was perfect. Everything was fantastic. And if you haven't watched the movie yet, I highly recommend it. Trust me, it is a roller coaster. All right, you will not be disappointed. Although I do have a feeling that 99.9% of you guys have already watched Justice League. You know, that 0.1%, it's the haters. Let's continue. All right, this is also coming from comicbookmovie.com. It is titled, "Netflix submits enormous cash offer for Warner Brothers Discovery in second round of bids." Things are heating up in the sale of Warner Brothers Discovery, and it's been revealed that Netflix has submitted a substantial cash offer to purchase the studio. So yeah, man, it seems to me that Netflix has just taken the driver's seat away from Paramount and Comcast. They're trying to get this studio. And I know a lot of people absolutely hate the notion that they want to own Warner Brothers, but you have to understand, they're not going to derail what the studio has going on at this very moment. All right, people are afraid, all because they are unwilling to admit that Netflix has the game on lock. All right, as I told you before, there's a reason why every major studio want their own streaming service, and it's because of Netflix. All right, these people know how to make a dollar, and right now they're about to spend some dollars. That's right, somebody's going to get this damn studio, and I hope that it's someone who will take care of it, and not to mention listen to the fans moving forward. The last thing that we need is another company owning Warner Brothers Discovery that is unwilling to listen to all of us, the audience. And I feel that Netflix is the perfect studio to have Warner Brothers Discovery. That's right. So we got to see what will happen in the future. But I would say this, as it stands right now, Netflix may very well get Warner Brothers Discovery. Who would have thought? Huh? All of those people who said Netflix is uninterested in Warner Brothers Discovery. Now, Netflix is very interested in Warner Brothers Discovery. So by the end of the year, we will have a new owner. Very exciting time to be alive. And also, I would say it is a rush. I cannot wait to cover the news regarding the sale of Warner Brothers Discovery for the third time. Make sure you hype, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you like. And always remember, laissez la bon temps rouler. That means let the good times roll. But in the comments below, let me know, how do you feel about all three topics that I talked about today? James Gunn probably lying about Supergirl's budget, Zack Snyder's Justice League, and Netflix is going all in on Warner Brothers Discovery. But let me know in the comments below.